Can you believe I made this dress in less than an hour with no sewing pattern? It is by far the easiest sewing project I've ever done and I absolutely love it. And now you can love it too, because I'm going to show you how I made it.
Hi, my name is Ira and I make sewing patterns. I also make YouTube videos about the things that I've made and sewing tips and tricks that I've learned on my long sewing journey. So if you're into sewing, let's be friends. Now in this video, I will show you how I made this beautiful yet very simple dress. I promise you won't need a pattern. It is a very simple dress made of rectangular pieces. So if you can cut in a straight line, then you're golden. Yeah, it's very cute, it's very easy. Let's get started!
But it's all about the fabric, of course. I used the sheer textured fabric on top and lined it with soft cotton. You may use different woven fabric, but this dress will need main and lining layers. You will need to cut 2 rectangular pieces for the main dress. The width should be equal to the width of your child's chest multiplied by 2. The length should be from the armpit to wherever you want the dress to end, plus seam allowance. You decide, mini dress or maxi dress, it's your call. Lining fabric. Same width as the main fabric, but 5 centimeters shorter. A long strip of fabric from the lining fabric, as long as your dress is wide and 4 centimeters wide, and some long narrow strips of whatever fabric you have for ties. Now you may screenshot this chart and cut the fabric. Once you're ready, let's start sewing. First step is to finish the top edge of the dress. Fold the top raw edge by 6 millimeters to the wrong side twice and press with iron. Sew it along the inner edge and repeat for the other main piece. Now sew the side seams. Because my fabric is sheer, I will be using a French seam technique to hide the raw edges. Here's how to do it. Place 2 pieces wrong sides together and sew with 6 millimeters seam allowance. Press it to one side and fold it so the right sides are now together. Sew another straight stitch 1 cm from the edge, encasing the raw edges inside. Press the seam to one side and sew to fix it in place. Admire your work. Now repeat it to the other side seam and you have the main dress. Repeat for the lining. I don't really care about the lining, so I simply sewed and serged the side seams. Then insert one into another. Right side of the lining facing wrong side of the main dress. Align the top raw edge. Here I have a lot of lines marked. What you need is to mark a line 2 centimeters from the top and sew along it, attaching lining to the bodice 2 centimeters from the top. Now fold the extra lining 1 centimeter to the wrong side twice and sew along the inner edge. This will create a channel for threading and elastic, so you will need to leave a small opening about 2 centimeters. To insert the elastic later. Now for this dress I want to make 2 rows of elastic and I will be adding the second one using a tape. There is likely another way to do it, but I think it creates a neat finish. Take your long strip of fabric and fold long edges to meet at the center. Press with iron. Using a removable marker, mark the placement of the second channel 2 centimeters below the first one, then start pinning the tape at the side seam. When you complete the full circle and reach the starting point, hold each edge to the wrong side by 1 centimeter and pin them close to each other. Sew along both edges. No need to leave the gap. You will insert the elastic through the opening where the tape's edges meet. Now cut 2 elastic pieces, each equals to your child's chest circumference multiplied by 0.8. Now you can insert the elastic. For the top channel, use the 2 centimeters gap that you have left while sewing. Attach a safety pin to each end of the elastic. Insert the safety pin with the elastic attached into the opening of the casing. Use your fingers to guide the safety pin through the casing, moving it along the inside of the casing. Repeat for the bottom channel. Next you need to add ties. I cut 4 long strips of fabric and sewn wrong sides together very close to the folded edge to create a narrow spaghetti strap. Then I trimmed seam allowance to 3 millimeters. Using a needle and thread method, I turned a narrow tube right side out and pressed with iron. Now you may attach the straps to the wrong side of the dress. And finish the ties ends with your preferred method. We're almost there. Last step is to hem the dress. For the sheer fabric, I always use rolled hem foot as it gives the best, most neat finish. But you can also sew a simple double folded hem. Don't forget to hem your lining and you're done. See you next time!